Mhm. This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube. You always got to say that. We haven't said it for a while. And this is from the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson and the Fred McLeod Sports Desk. This is Sports Final with a little surprise as well. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, and as always, the Sports Final is presented by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the details from the headlines that makes the sports world go round and round, here is our host, Steve the Baxman Baxley. All right, how you doing, everybody? Welcome, one and all, to the Corsican Ball as well. And you did say, and I think personally we might have, spoiled it in the promos, but I don't think so. So we're going to get underway right now. Forgive the hairdo. One day I'm going to get it cut. Anyway, let's take you to our basketball segment, which covers NBA, college, and G League. There you go. Men and women's college basketball, too. So there you go. If I didn't mention it, I mention it now. So let's get going. 2 games in the NBA that are still going on as we speak, both in the third quarter or the latter stages therein. And first one is Chicago Bulls. With 7:01 remaining in the third, the Chicago Bulls lead the Portland Trail Blazers 71-59. And with 3:24 left to play, in the most delightful way, it is the Dallas Mavericks barely tweaking a lead out with the Phoenix Suns 65-61. And here's more. We got finals. And, of course, one of the biggies, the Detroit Pistons finally put an end to the Indiana Pacers' good luck. They beat them 97-89. The Charlotte Hornets over the Washington Wizards, 97-87. The Atlanta Hawks took care of the Boston. I was going to call them the Bo Celts, but no. The Boston Celtics, 110-99 Hawks. Doing pretty good so far. Brooklyn Nets over the Cleveland Cavaliers, 109-99. The defending world champion Milwaukee Bucks laid the smackdown on the LA Lakers by a score of 109-102. Miami Heat over the New Orleans Pelicans, 113-98. Orlando Magic over the New York Knicks, 104-98. The Oklahoma City Thunder continues to make the Rockets not so glorious. 101-89, Thunder over the Rockets. Rockets with the worst record in the NBA. Minnesota Timberwolves over the Sacramento Kings, 107-97. That is portion of the basketball. We go, as we always like to go, to the NC2As. That's right. It is time to do that. Let's get you to the games. Here are the men's. And do we have the men's? Yes, we do. We got the men's right here. We got a lot. Let's go, of course, to the games that are still going on, as is our tradition. UCLA. Just start of the second half, UCLA leads North Florida 56-36. Also, too early in the second half, San Diego over UC Riverside, down by the riverside, 40-27. 6:29 left to play. 5:06 left to play. Notice the updates. They just come fast. Okay. Good night, Mom. Okay. Good night, Mom. Right. Good night, Mom. Good night, Mom. Anyway, where was it? Oh, yeah. 5:06 left after saying goodnight to my mom for about 5 times. 94-48 Portland State over George Fox. 7:54 left to play. And St. Mary's leads Bellarmine 51-48. We just went too far. There we go. 6:30 left to play in the second half. It's Pepperdine 56, UC Davis 55. 8 minutes left to play. Utah Valley and Long Beach State tied at 52. 6:19 left to play. It is Loyola Marymount 77, Arkansas Little Rock 52. Let's take you through all the lovely games they had today. And we go like this. Grand Canyon over Prairie View A&M, 91-64. Air Force over Texas Southern, 61-57. Back home again in Indiana, where we kick St. John in the tail, 76-74. Yeah. Texas over Northern Colorado, 6-2, 4-9. Stanford over Valparaiso, 74-60. Missouri State over Sam Houston State, 77-55. Louisiana Lafayette over University of Louisiana. Xavier, University of Louisiana, 84-72. Mississippi State over Detroit Mercy by a score of 77-64. Kansas State over Kansas Christian, 99-36, and a conversion. Bad joke, I know. South Dakota State over Montana State, 91-74. Virginia Commonwealth made short work out of Vanderbilt, 48-37. Arkansas over Northern Iowa, 93-80. Kansas State over Nebraska Omaha, 79-64. Florida State over Tulane by 4, 59-54. Oklahoma State over North Carolina State, 74-68. St. Peter's and Wagner were postponed. Michigan State took care of Butler, 73-52. Drexel over St. Joseph's of Pennsylvania, 78-75. Coppin State over Loyola, Maryland, 71-49. Lipscomb over Dayton, 78-59. Wake Forest over Charleston Southern, 95-59. George Mason over Maryland, 71-66. Columbia over Binghamton, 85-77. Oakland took care of Toledo, grounded the Rockets, 80-59. Bucknell over Rider, 81-74. Maryland Eastern Shore and Hood postponed. Miami of Ohio, 80. Stetson fit with 65. Princeton, 80. Marist, 61. Delaware by 3 over LaSalle, 85-82. Harvard over Albany. That's my first mistake tonight. Harvard over Albany, 60-53. Connecticut beat LIU, 93-40. Rhode Island decimated Boston College, 57-49. Army over Merrimack, 74-51. UTSA over IUPUI, cha-cha-cha, 60-57. Massachusetts Lowell over Central Connecticut State, 77-53. Texas A&M CC over Denver, 69. Ding. Yeah, 67. There you go. Texas A&M over Houston Baptist, 73-39. Oh, Jelly G Wally Wibblers. All right. We go from that to the women. That's right. We go from there to the women's game. And the women's game should be fun, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. So here we go. All right, let's go to the games that are still going on and some that have just went final. Would you like to know which ones have gone final? I'm glad you would. Oregon State just went final over California Baptist, 80-72. UC San Diego over Westcliff, 91-32. And with 2:03 left to play, Pacific leads Cal State Bakersfield, 73-63. How about more finals? I'm glad you asked. They are there. That's better. UTEP over New Mexico State, 76-61. Santa Clara over San Jose State, 67-58. Fresno State over Cal State Stanislaus, 88-71. Our next opponent. Kansas over Nebraska Omaha, 81-56. Northern Iowa over North Dakota State, 76-63. Texas A&M CC over St. Thomas of Texas, 79-38. We had Nebraska over Creighton, 6-7, 6-2. Northwestern over Loyola Chicago, 6-3, 47. Northern Arizona over UNLV, 84-62. San Diego 52, Air Force 46. Missouri 69, St. Louis 53. SMU 81, Oral Roberts 44. Next one is Minnesota over American University, 73-56. Oklahoma State over Missouri State, 44-40. Tulsa over Florida A&M, 79-54. Iowa over Southern University, 87-67. Incarnate Word over Texas Lutheran. That's obviously why there's an incarnate word. 65-50. Evansville over Eastern Kentucky, 67-57. Northeastern over New Hampshire, 78-52. Alabama over Southern Miss, 86-54. Bucknell over Farley Dickinson, 66-56. Ohio State over Bowling Green, 94-63. St. John over Temple, 76-67. Western Illinois over Chicago State, 77-50. Miami of Ohio, 77. Xavier, 73. Louisville over Tennessee Martin, 62-30. Davidson over Georgetown. Hey there, Georgetown. Hey, Mayor McCheese. How's it going, friend? 70-55. Texas Arlington over Houston, 69-66 in overtime. Georgia Tech over East Tennessee State, 65-42. South Carolina over Clemson, 76-45. Rice, 59-47 winner over Texas Southern. UCF, 59-38 winner over Virginia. Virginia Tech, an 85-32 winner over Coppin State. Cornell, 67-57 winner over Binghamton. Drexel over LaSalle, 71-65. Monmouth over St. Joseph, Pennsylvania, 57-45. Tulane over TCU, 88-78. Furman over Converse. What? No Adidas? 101-58. We got Syracuse over Morgan State, 79-60. St. Peter over Wagner, 66-57. Hofstra over Malloy by 1, 52-51. Grambling State over Northwestern State, 68-60. Purdue over Illinois State, 76-64. Campbell over St. Andrews, 117-33. Jacksonville State over Samford with no sun, 56-53. Rhode Island over Providence, 66-53. Loyola, Maryland over UMBC, 63-57. Chattanooga, 63-57 over Tennessee State. Georgia State, 80. Bruton Parker College, 40. Sam Houston State, 88. University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, 73. No comment. Not even trying for a joke. Niagara fell, but came back. Oh, forgot one. North Carolina, 89. Appalachian State, 44. Niagara over Colgate, 74-65. Boston University over Boston College, 69-65. Virginia Commonwealth, a 66-37 winner over North Carolina Central. Pittsburgh, a 92-41 winner over LIU. Eastern Illinois over Indiana State, 64-55. Sacred Heart lost to Yale, 60-53. St. Bonaventure, 6-7. Canisius, 59. Georgia Southern in overtime, 81. Florida International, 74. BYU, 55-44 winner over Arizona State. Abilene Christian, an 88-53 winner over Angelo State. Texas over Southeast Missouri State, 88-47. Longwood over Duquesne, 77-76. And Dayton, a 69-60 winner over Toledo. And we just got one more basketball roundup to go before we hit our plethora of other things. And then we will get to the fun of a live reading. That's right, folks. That was the big surprise. Yes. Oops. We get the schedule. Thank you. Oops, went a little too far. Still loading. How are you loading? And we got to look for 17th, guys. Thank you. 2 more. Okay, let's get to the rim shots here. Fort Wayne Mad Ants over to Cleveland Charge, 125 to 113. Westchester Knicks over Long Island Nets, 104 to 98. Grand Rapids Gold over the Iowa Wolves, 121 to 110. The Motor City cruised on by the Windy City Bulls, 101 to 99. Salt Lake City Stars over Santa Cruz Warriors, 104 to 102. And with about 5 minutes, 38 seconds left, the G League Ignite over the South Bay Lakers, 101 to 94. Therein ends the other lovable thing that we like to do, the basketball segment. Now, let's roll that basketball segment into the hockey segment. And we'll just puddle straight through, won't we? Yes, we will. We will puddle. How come we're not banking here? Come on, boys. Thank you. Oh, I love it when you guys over at CBS decide to burn. Boop. One more. Boop. Thank you. Okay. Oh, lucky. 3 games to play in the NHL. Let's give you all 3 of those games. Shall we? All the scores. Thank you. Now you pop them up. There we go. At the end of 2 periods, Linda Steele, Chicago Blackhawks over the Seattle Kraken, 2-0. And 10:31 left to play in the second period. Capitals and Kings are scoreless. Final score, only one final score to report. Avalanche Canucks. Colorado Avalanche beat the Vancouver Canucks 4-2. And guess what? That's your NHL scoreboard. Now, we go from there to our minor league hockey games. They are, of course, the AHL. That's right. We go to the AHL, see if there's any games played there. And as we do, we say to thee, yes, there was. He ha ha he he. Bakersfield Condors and San Jose Barracuda at the end of 2 are tied at 3 apiece. Final score in overtime, the Chicago Wolves beat the Grand Rapids Griffins 2-1. In the another OT final, Cleveland Monsters over Syracuse Crush, 2-1. Hartford Wolfpack over the Bridgeport Islanders, 4-3. And in overtime and a shootout, Laval Rocket over the Toronto Marlies, 6-5. We had the Charlotte Checkers over Lehigh Valley Phantoms, 4-3. Utica Comets over the Rochester Americans by a score of 3-2. Now we go from there to that fun thing we like to call the Ontario Hockey League. Let's see if they had any games tonight. And only one game. Saginaw defeated the Sioux 4-1 final score. And that is it for our hockey segment. Wow. You're probably saying to yourself, okay, what do you do next for an encore? Well, simple. We give you headlines. That's right. We do. We give you headlines. And we hit the wrong button for the headline guy. Come on. Let's do it right. Okay, let's give you some Hot Stove League news. And for those of you in Detroit that were hoping to see a return to Justin Verlander, ain't gonna happen, folks. Justin Verlander's first career foray into free agency didn't last long. He's returning to the Houston Astros after declining the 1-year, $4 million qualifying offer prior to Wednesday's deadline, and has re-signed with the Astros a big old 1-year contract worth $25 million with a player option for 2023. Now, since he rejected the qualifying offer this offseason, Verlander will not be eligible to receive it next offseason or any other point in his career moving forward. They're stuck with him. The soon-to-be 39-year-old Verlander has not pitched since opening day 2020 because of an elbow injury that would later require Tommy John surgery. And by all accounts, his rehab has gone well, and Verlander will be able and ready to pitch come spring training. Cross fingers. The Astros know Verlander's medical better than anyone, and obviously they feel comfortable and also felt comfortable re-signing him. In his last full and healthy season, which was 2019, Verlander won the AL Cy Young and pitched to a 2.58 ERA in a league-leading 223 innings with an elite strikeout ratio of 12.1 strikes for 9 innings, and walks was 1.7 walks every 9 innings. Verlander is a future Hall of Famer and could return to that level right away in 2022, though Tommy John surgery comes with risk, especially at age 39. With Verlander back in the fold, the Astros are expected to, go into next season with Verlander, Luis Garcia, Lance McCullers Jr., Jose Urquidy, and Framber Valdez in their rotation in some order. In some order, youngster Christian Javier could slot in as the number 6 starter, potentially move into a higher leverage bullpen role full time. Good luck. I know. Good luck, and 1,000 times good luck, Skull. All right. Let's keep going. By the way, there was only one baseball player who accepted that big old opening offer, the qualifying offer. The 1-year, $18.4 million contract. The winner was the Giants' Brandon Belt. Yay. The less said on that, the better, so let's continue on. All right. Let's get you to the Cy Young Award winnies. And here we go for the National League. The winner was Milwaukee Brewers right-hander Corbin Burnes. Yay, now you're probably asking yourself, hey, who did win the American League? Yes, who did win the American League, you may ask yourself. And I'm stretching because it's time for us to tell you who it is. But to tell you who it is, we got to at least cook it in. Thank you. And here we go, folks. You're going to love this. Okay, we have Robbie Ray from the Toronto Blue Jays took home the American League Award, Cy Young winner. So everyone is happy. We can now start talking about some other sports. Also in the National Football League, the wife of Matthew Stafford, Kelly Stafford, apologized for throwing a pretzel at a 49ers fan during the game. That's right. Week 10 matchup between the Rams and 49ers is one that quarterback Matt Stafford will like to forget. He had a miserable outing in which he threw 2 interceptions and a 31-10 blowout, finishing the game with 26 of 41 passes complete and a passer rating of 67.4. And it turns out he wasn't the only member of the Stafford family who had throws he liked to have back. In a replay on a social media post, Matt Stafford, I heard too. Let's try that one again. Sorry about that, folks. Had to answer my mom. Say goodnight to everyone, Mom.
Good night, everyone. Have a safe night.
Thank you very much. I love my mother. I think I'll keep her. In a reply on a social media post, Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford, apologized for throwing a pretzel at a fan during an altercation in the stands at Levi's Stadium. She took responsibility for an incident that occurred in response to said fan's behavior towards Stafford's. According to the report by TMZ Sports, part of the Fox family now, not the Fox owned by Disney, the Fox still owned by Fox. Levi's Stadium security stepped in and escorted Kelly Stafford and people was with to other seats. Kelly Stafford wrote on her Instagram page in a reply to a fan who inquired about the altercation, quote, "I'm an idiot." He was saying a bunch of things that were aggressive towards our crew, but no excuse. I tried to apologize, but at the end, I knew I was wrong. Will always stand up for my guy and everyone I love, but obviously needed to do it completely different. I'm embarrassed too. Sorry you had to witness me in my weak moment. Now, Kelly's outburst is a footnote in what was a second straight disheartening loss for the Rams. After being soundly thrashed by the Tennessee Titans in Week 9, Matt Stafford was pummeled in submission by the 49ers as he threw an interception on the very first drive of the game and saw his night devolve from there. All right. Let's see if we can't keep this going, keep this love fest amazing. And let's go to some very interesting scores. That's right. It's time for our international sports segment. And here we go. Women's Championship soccer action. Hoffen in Group C. Barcelona over Hoffenheim, 5-0. Arsenal over Koge, 3-0. In Group D, Benfica over Haken, 2-1. Bayern Munich over Lyon, 1-0. In the FA Women's League Cup, it was Liverpool over Blackburn, 2-1. Sheffield over Aston Villa, 2-1. Leicester City over Durham, 2-1. Manchester United over Manchester City, 2-1. Charlton Athletic over Coventry United, 3-1. Tottenham Hotspur over Watford, 11-0. Did they even show up? 11-0. What the hell were they? Who were they playing? The old ladies of Kent, Knitton and Swingers Club. Anyway, Bristol City over Lewes, 3-1. Reading over Crystal Palace, 3-1. London City over Brighton and Hove Albion, 1-0. West Ham United over Birmingham City, 4-0. In the FA Cup, it was Stockport County over Bolton Wanderers, 5-3. And I do believe for once in our life, that is going to wrap it up for that side. Let's right now go for the side of Justice and tell you that before we go, before we continue, Nick Rekieta has his little show tonight. And yes, it's all Kyle Rittenhouse. And by the way, congratulations, Nick Rekieta, on getting 100,000 viewers to your stream today. And you have covered this trial. Unlike the traditional networks, you have become the man of choice when it comes to trials, and especially headline trials like Kyle Rittenhouse's. So, although this ain't scotch, this is hot chocolate. Salut. Salut, salut. Okay. Let's see. We did, yes. Yes. Mouth, put foot in it department. We have sometimes seen individual colleges, outlets, and we've even seen schools suspend their own radio announcers. But a conference banning the official radio booth of one of their schools? Well, that's new. That's what the Big 12 just announced late yesterday, saying that the normal Texas Tech football radio announcers, Brian Jensen and John Harris, are banned from calling this week's Texas Tech-Oklahoma State game. Why, you may ask? Did they do this? Well, here is the full statement. In accordance with the Big 12 conference sportsmanship and ethical conduct policies, oh, by the way, when we read this, we have to have the lawyer version, the British version, and we, of course, have our translator. So here goes. Yes. In accordance with Big 12 conference sportsmanship and ethical conduct policies, the conference has issued a public reprimand of the Texas Tech radio booth announcers. They have also been removed from announcing the Tech game on November 20th. The actions have been taken in response to comments